So, me and Jess were road tripping, and we stumbled upon this sketchy motel in the middle of nowhere. The place had that rundown charm, you know. We figured it'd be a quick pit stop. Big mistake. We checked into room 13, yeah, cliché, right. The air inside was heavy, and the flickering neon sign outside cast eerie shadows. Jess laughed it off, but I couldn't shake this uneasy feeling. As we settled in, weird things started happening. The lights flickered, and I swear I heard whispers. Jess brushed it off as old building quirks, but I felt this presence. The room seemed to get colder, and I noticed scratches on the closet door, like something was trying to claw its way out. That night, we heard footsteps in the hallway. Room 13 was supposed to be empty, but it felt like we had a neighbor. I mustered the courage to look through the peephole, and my blood ran cold, no one there. Things escalated. The TV turned on by itself, static filling the room. Shadows danced in corners, and the scratches on the closet door grew louder, like desperate pleas. Jess was on edge, and I was ready to bail. Then, room 13's doorknob jiggled. Panic hit us. We barricaded ourselves in, but whatever was on the other side kept trying to get in. The whispers turned into guttural growls. At dawn, we fled. The motel's neon sign flickered as if bidding us farewell. Jess joked about ghostly room service, but I couldn't shake the feeling that room 13 held something beyond our understanding, a restless entity that made a pit stop in our lives, leaving us with a story too unsettling to forget. Okay, so there I was, road tripping solo, and checked into this sketchy motel off the highway. Room 22, nothing fancy. But as soon as I settled in, things got weird. Late at night, I felt eyes on me, you know. Like that unsettling feeling you're being watched. I brushed it off, blamed it on the dim lighting. But then I noticed the same dude in the lobby, staring at me. I bolted to my room, locked the door, but the unease lingered. Midnight rolled around, and I heard soft footsteps outside my door. I peeked through the peephole, and there he was, creepy guy from the lobby, just standing there. Terrified, I called the front desk, but they said no one was registered in the room next to mine. Panic mode activated. I pressed my ear to the wall, and his whispers sent shivers down my spine. I hatched a plan, pretending to leave. I saw him slink into my room. I sprinted back, confronted him, and he played dumb. The motel staff kicked him out, claiming he was never a guest. But as I lay in bed, I heard his whispers outside my window, chilling threats that made my blood run cold. The next morning, I fled that motel, leaving room 22 behind. Turns out, that unseen observer was more than a nosy neighbor. He was a shadowy presence in a dimly lit motel, turning a pit stop into a bone-chilling encounter I'll never forget. Jake and I were on a road trip, and we stopped at this rundown motel. Room 104, to be precise. Looked like it hadn't seen an update since the 80s. We figured, one night won't hurt, right? Wrong. Around midnight, we heard this weird scratching noise. Jake thought it was just the AC acting up, but I had a gut feeling. The room got chilly, and I noticed the door was slightly ajar. We shrugged it off, blaming it on a rusty lock. But then the scratching got louder. Panic kicked in when we realized it wasn't the AC, it was coming from the closet. We cautiously opened it, and there, nestled among old blankets, was a vent leading to the room next door. Curiosity turned into horror when we heard hushed voices and footsteps. Someone was in the vacant room next to ours. We pressed our ears against the wall, trying to make out the conversation. It was hazy, but we caught whispers of a shady deal going down. Suddenly, the motel's flickering sign illuminated a shadowy figure slipping out of the room. The intruder noticed us listening, and our eyes locked for a heartbeat. Fear surged as he sprinted down the hall, disappearing into the night. We called the cops, who found a stash of stolen goods in the vacant room. Turns out, the scratching was him trying to break into our room. Room 104 wasn't just a pit stop, it was a front row seat to a midnight break-in, turning our seemingly mundane night at a creepy motel into a thriller we never saw coming.